Hey gang, so today we are making super fluffy, super easy pancakes. All right, so we're gonna start off with our dry ingredients. We've got flour, sugar, baking powder, and salt. Instead of just scooping, I'm going to use a spoon to sort of loosen up the flour a little bit and then just gently shake it into the measuring cup. If you scoop the flour, then you'll have way too much flour and the resulting baked good will just be too dense. And I'm doing 3 cups of flour. Remaining dry ingredients, we've got 2 tablespoons of sugar just for a little bit of sweetness, some baking powder, 2 teaspoons for a little lift, and salt, of course, just to balance everything out. Just gonna give this a quick whisk. Time to start our wet ingredients. So we have 2 eggs here, and I'm gonna put the whites in one bowl and the yolks in another. There's a lot of different ways that you can split the yolks and the whites. There's like some crazy hack where you use like a water bottle, or you can just use your hand. I like using the shell sort of as a natural cup to move the yolk between the shell to let all that white drain out. And then the yolk will go in our second bowl. And then yolk number 2. What's left in the wet ingredients bowl is milk. And then we've got vanilla, 2 teaspoons. I'm just gonna give this a little mix. We're gonna add our dry ingredients to our wet ingredients now. The trick here to making really fluffy, not tough pancakes is to be very gentle while mixing. So I'm just using a rubber spatula to fold the dry ingredients into the wet. If you overmix your batter, then the pancakes will turn out kind of tough, maybe even a little chewy, which we definitely don't want. As you can see, there are still a few clumps, a little bit of dry flour. That's totally fine. And this is an optional step, but it really takes these pancakes from good to great. We are whipping our egg whites until stiff peaks form, and then we'll fold it into our batter, and those will give us that lift. And this should only take like 3 or 4 minutes. You could also do it by hand. It would just take a lot of extra elbow grease, you know. They're starting to transform. They're getting super foamy. Let's see where we are peaks-wise. My perfectly stiff peaks. Now all that's left is folding our egg whites into our batter. And we're just gonna fold them until they're mostly incorporated. Not only are we folding gently so we don't overmix our batter, but we also don't wanna fold out all those nice big bubbles that we've created when we whipped our egg whites. It's time to heat up our pan. I'm gonna put it on a medium heat just to melt the butter, and then we'll reduce it to medium low when we cook the pancakes. I like using butter for pancakes because it just lends a really nice flavor to our pancakes, but you could use pretty much whatever you wanted. You could use nonstick cooking spray, vegetable oil. So I prefer to use a cast iron skillet to make my pancakes. It gives the surface of your pancakes a little more texture. It allows for some caramelization. But if you want those perfectly golden, smooth pancakes, I would recommend a nonstick skillet instead because they give you that perfect, clean crust. I've turned the heat down to medium low. If the pan is too hot, then the outside's gonna cook before the inside, and then you'll have like mushy interior, which we don't want. So I've got a 1/4 cup scoop here, and I'm just gonna add some batter to our pan. The easiest way to tell when your pancake is ready to flip is when you start seeing these little bubbles starting to pop up. And while I keep making my pancakes, I've got a sheet tray in the oven that's just set at 200 degrees with a clean kitchen towel in it. And this is just to keep your pancakes warm while you keep cooking your others. You want the clean kitchen towel in here so that your pancakes don't dry out when they're in the oven. And I'll just keep these in the oven until we're ready to eat. Some people like to mix their mix-ins into the batter. I like to just pop it on top because then when I flip my pancake over, all the sugars in the banana will caramelize on the bottom of the pan and just make it super sweet and delicious. So that's how you make amazing pancakes at home. It's so easy, right? Look at how fluffy they are. They're so good. They're fluffy, super tender. They're a little sweet from that sugar. They've got some flavor from the vanilla. They're a great basic recipe, and I hope you try them out.